Do herbal remedies for diabetes really work? Or is it just well-done marketing? Many people seek natural remedies for diabetes to lower blood sugar naturally, believing that this can replace treatment. But before trusting these promises, you need to understand what really works and what is a myth. In today's video, I'll show you the truth based on science and clinical practice.
Millions of people search for herbal remedies for diabetes and other natural remedies for diabetes every day. The internet promises natural cures, formulas to lower blood sugar naturally, and even definitive solutions for type 2 diabetes, natural treatment. But what is true? And what is exaggeration? Why do so many people search for natural remedies for diabetes? If you live with diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, it's very likely that you've already searched for something like how to lower blood sugar naturally, or natural remedies for diabetes, and this doesn't happen by chance. First, there is fear. Many people are afraid of depending on medication for the rest of their lives. Others worry about possible side effects, or the gradual increase in doses over time. This insecurity makes the search for herbal remedies for diabetes seem like a safer and less aggressive alternative. There is also the desire for something more natural. The idea of controlling glucose using herbs for diabetes, improving insulin sensitivity, and achieving better blood sugar control through plants sounds simpler, lighter, almost as if it were possible to solve everything just by adding a tea or supplement to the routine. And there is an even stronger factor: hope. The hope of achieving a natural type 2 diabetes treatment, avoiding complications, or even reversing the condition with natural solutions alone. When someone talks about lower blood sugar naturally or promises effortless metabolic balance, it activates something powerful emotionally. But here's the important part. Seeking natural alternatives doesn't mean denying medicine. In fact, many people are just trying to regain control of their own health. They want to understand how to improve metabolic health, how to adjust their diet, how to use natural blood sugar control strategies intelligently. If you've ever Googled something like how to lower glucose naturally, you're not alone. Millions of people do the same search every day. The question isn't whether it's right or wrong to seek natural solutions. The question is knowing how to separate science-based information from exaggerated promises. And that's exactly what we're going to clarify here. What does science say about herbal remedies for diabetes? When we talk about herbal remedies for diabetes, it's important to separate opinion from scientific evidence. Some studies show that certain herbs for diabetes can indeed offer benefits, mainly when it comes to insulin sensitivity and slight improvement in blood sugar control. For example, some plants seem to help the body use insulin better, which can contribute to more stable glucose control. Others may generate a small reduction in blood sugar levels, especially in people with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. But here's the most important point. These effects are usually modest. No single herb alone promotes a true natural diabetes treatment, capable of replacing a balanced diet, carbohydrate control, and consistent habits. Many people seek natural remedies for diabetes, hoping for a simple solution to lower blood sugar naturally. However, the science is clear. What impacts glucose the most continues to be dietary patterns, food quality, level of physical activity, sleep, and stress management. Does this mean that herbs don't work? Not exactly. In some cases, they can act as a complement within a structured natural blood sugar control strategy, but they do not replace consistent dietary change, medical follow-up, and lifestyle adjustments. In other words, herbs can support, but they are not a magic solution. The most popular herbs, and what they really do. When it comes to herbal remedies for diabetes, some plants repeatedly appear as promises of natural blood sugar control. But what do they really do? Let's analyze objectively. Cinnamon, what they promise. That it helps lower blood sugar naturally and improves insulin sensitivity. What studies show? Some research indicates that cinnamon may have a modest effect on reducing fasting glucose and contribute slightly to insulin sensitivity, especially in people with type 2 diabetes. Limitations. The effect is usually small and varies greatly between individuals. It does not replace adjustments to the diabetes diet or medical treatment. Furthermore, the dose and type of cinnamon make a difference. Berberine. What it promises. It is often compared to medications for its action on glucose metabolism. What studies show? Berberine may help with blood sugar control and improve insulin resistance. Some studies show a significant reduction in glucose, especially in people with type 2 diabetes. Limitations. It can cause gastrointestinal effects and interact with medications. It should not be used without professional guidance. It is still a complement within a larger plan of natural remedies for diabetes. Fenugreek. What it promises. Rapid reduction of glucose after meals. What studies show? It may help reduce postprandial spikes and slightly improve glycemic control due to its fiber content. Limitations. Results are modest and depend on the amount consumed. On its own, it does not promote true natural diabetes treatment. Bitter melon. What they promise. Insulin-like effect. What studies show? May contain compounds that aid in glucose utilization, contributing to a slight improvement in blood sugar control. Limitations. Results are inconsistent. Does not replace dietary changes or carbohydrate control. Turmeric. What they promise. Reduction of inflammation and metabolic improvement. What studies show? May aid in metabolic health and insulin sensitivity, mainly due to its anti-inflammatory effect. Limitations. Its direct impact on glucose is indirect and complementary. The important truth. These herbs for diabetes may offer some support within a natural remedies for diabetes strategy, but none of them are a magic solution. The greatest impact on glucose control still comes from a structured diet, carbohydrate balance, physical activity, and daily consistency. Herbs can support the process, but habits remain the true treatment. The big problem: unrealistic expectations. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to herbal remedies for diabetes is the unrealistic expectations. Many people have. It's easy to believe that simply taking an herb, capsule or tea will lower blood sugar naturally, without needing to change other fundamental habits. But the reality is quite different. Many people start using these natural remedies for diabetes, hoping for quick results. They take cinnamon, berberine, fenugreek, or bitter melon, believing that this will be enough to control glucose. However, they continue to consume ultra-processed foods, soft drinks and foods high in sugar. They don't adjust their diabetes diet, nor do they worry about balancing carbohydrates throughout the day. In addition, the daily routine often remains disorganized. Little sleep, high stress, sedentary lifestyle, and irregular meals impair blood sugar control. Even with the use of herbs for diabetes, without consistent changes in these pillars, the effect of the herbs is limited and often almost imperceptible. Another critical point is that many people expect miracles. They want to see glucose stabilized with supplements alone, without understanding that true type to diabetes natural treatment involves integrated strategies, structured diet, regular exercise, stress management, and adequate sleep. When these measures are not accompanied by the use of herbs, the result is almost never satisfactory. Science and clinical practice make it clear. No plant can overcome an unregulated diet. No matter how good the herb is, what really transforms glucose control are daily habits. The use of natural remedies for diabetes can be a complement, but it never replaces dietary and lifestyle changes. It's important to be aware of this before creating unrealistic expectations. Using herbs without adjusting habits is like trying to put out a fire with a glass of water. Therefore, before investing time and money in miracle supplements, it's essential to understand that blood sugar control depends on consistency, discipline, and smart choices every day. If you're looking for real results, the focus should be on integrating natural remedies for diabetes with a routine that includes healthy eating, reducing ultra-processed foods, exercise, adequate sleep, and medical follow-up. Only then will it be possible to use herbs intelligently and reap some real benefit. The big lesson here is simple, but powerful herbs can support. But habits make the difference. Without them, no promise of herbal medicine for diabetes will have a significant effect. When we talk about herbal remedies for diabetes and natural remedies for diabetes, many people focus only on herbs, expecting miracles. The truth is that what really makes a difference in blood sugar control are consistent habits, carbohydrate control, and food quality in a diabetes diet have a direct impact on glucose. Combining nutrients correctly and maintaining regular meal times helps prevent blood sugar spikes. In addition, adequate sleep and daily movement are essential to improve insulin sensitivity and maintain effective type to diabetes natural treatment. Supplements and herbs can be complementary, but none of them surpass the consistency of healthy habits. Focusing on lifestyle is the strategy that generates real and sustainable results. Although many people seek natural remedies for diabetes to lower blood sugar naturally, it is crucial to understand the risks involved. Some herbs for diabetes can interact with medications used in type 2 diabetes. Natural treatment, increasing the risk of adverse effects, including hypoglycemia. Another critical point is dosage. The effective and safe amount of herbs, such as cinnamon, berberine, or fenugreek, is not always clear. In addition, many products sold online or in stores lack quality control, which can compromise the safety and effectiveness of blood sugar control. Therefore, the recommendation is always to talk to your doctor before using any herbal medicine for diabetes or supplement, even if you seek natural alternatives. Professional guidance is essential to avoid complications and ensure that these complementary strategies truly help control glucose. When it might make sense to use herbs, the use of herbal remedies for diabetes or other natural remedies for diabetes only makes sense within a safe and structured context. There is no miracle herb capable of replacing treatment or transforming glucose control overnight. The point is to understand when these resources can truly be complementary. First, medical supervision is essential. Even herbs, considered safe, such as cinnamon, berberine, fenugreek, bitter melon, or turmeric, can interact with medications for type 2 diabetes, natural treatment, or affect glucose levels unexpectedly. A professional can advise on safe doses, schedules, and combinations, ensuring that the use of herbs for diabetes does not pose risks to your health. Second, the use of herbs only makes sense when the dietary foundation is already in place. Adjustments to the diabetes diet, carbohydrate control, quality food choices, and regular meal times are fundamental. Without this foundation, the impact of any natural remedies for diabetes will be limited, and the risk of frustrating results increases. Third, the goal needs to be complementary, not substitutive. Herbs can offer discrete support in blood sugar control, but they cannot replace habits, prescribed medications, or lifestyle changes. They function as an additional tool within a larger glucose control strategy. Finally, it is important to understand that using herbs does not mean a cure. Those seeking herbal medicine for diabetes should understand that what truly transforms metabolic health are consistent habits, diet, sleep, physical activity, and stress management. Herbs are auxiliary, not the main focus. This balanced approach demonstrates maturity and credibility. You are seeking natural alternatives, but with awareness, science, and professional guidance. When used correctly, herbs can contribute to natural blood sugar control, but always as part of a complete and safe plan. In short, it makes sense to use herbs when you have medical supervision, maintain a structured diabetes diet, seek a complement, not a miracle solution. Understand that glucose control depends on consistent habits. This realistic perspective avoids unrealistic expectations and maximizes the potential for positive results, showing that herbal remedies for diabetes can be intelligent allies, provided they are used consciously and safely. After analyzing herbal remedies for diabetes and other natural remedies for diabetes, it's time to face reality. Can herbs help? Yes, they can offer some support in blood sugar control and slightly improve insulin sensitivity. Studies show that plants like cinnamon, berberine, fenugreek, bitter melon, and turmeric can be allies in controlling glucose, especially when used correctly and as a complement to a structured plan. But do they cure diabetes? No herbal medicine for diabetes or natural supplement is capable of replacing medical treatment or promoting a miraculous reversal of type 2 diabetes. The promise of quick and miraculous solutions is misleading and can lead to frustration. And do they replace habits? Never. What truly transforms your glucose is consistency in your daily life. Maintaining a proper diabetes diet, controlling carbohydrates, choosing quality foods, respecting meal times, sleeping well, exercising regularly, and managing stress. It is the integration of these habits with professional guidance that makes the real difference. In natural blood sugar control, the key point you need to remember is, herbs can complement, but do not replace action. They help enhance what you are already doing right, but they don't do the work alone. It's like adding tools to a project. They only work when the foundation is already solid. Impactful phrase. What transforms your glucose is not what you take, It's what you do every day. Therefore, use herbal remedies for diabetes consciously, as a complement to healthy habits and medical follow-up. This ensures real, sustainable, and safe results. Focusing only on herbs, without adjustments to your diabetes diet and routine, is a recipe for frustrated expectations. In summary, can herbs help? Yes, as a complement. Do they cure diabetes? No. Do they replace habits? Never. Integrating natural remedies for diabetes with dietary discipline, exercise, adequate sleep, and medical follow-up is the true formula for keeping your glucose under control in a healthy and sustainable way. And to close our video, I want to leave an important message. You don't need miracle solutions to control your glucose. What really makes a difference is strategy, consistency, and correct information. Here, on this channel, we talk about real control. Based on science and sustainable habits, no magic promises, no secret formulas. What really works is what you can apply every day in your routine, consistently and consciously. If you've made it this far, it already shows that you're seeking quality knowledge, wanting to understand what really helps with blood sugar control and the management of type 2 diabetes natural treatment. So I want to invite you to a small action. Comment below, I'm with you until the end, if this message was for you. That way I can feel that we're together on this journey, and that the content is really making sense to those who are following along. And if you found this information useful, and it helped you see the use of herbal remedies for diabetes in a more realistic way, please give it a like. It's not just about view counts. It's about recognizing that we are building a reliable learning space together, where you can safely and consciously apply natural remedies for diabetes strategies. This simple gesture helps keep the channel active and allows me to continue bringing videos that truly deliver value to those who want real results. If you've made it this far, it's because this topic really resonates with you. So go ahead and subscribe to the Health Insight MD channel and become part of this community. The idea here is precisely to bring you clear, practical information that truly helps you in your daily life, without complication. If this content resonated with you in any way, leave a comment saying, "This message was for me." Love to know that you stayed with me until the end, and that it made a difference. And of course, if this video helped you see your glucose levels and habits with more awareness, leave a like. It shows that this type of content is useful and helps me continue bringing more videos like this. Oh, and it doesn't stop here. There's a video here that complements this topic and delves even deeper into the issue of diet and glucose control. Click and continue with me there.